Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's DSS Break. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am here live every other week to talk about data science experiences and best practices with leading data professionals in a 15-minute break. I'm Anna Anderson, founder at Data Science Salon, and I'm streaming live from our HQ located in the heart of Miami, right next to the historic design district. And on today's break, I'm really excited to sit down with Chong Dang. He's the lead ML engineer at Freddie Mac, and he currently serves in their Freddie Mac Innovation Lab, iLab, where he develops and supports data scientists across different data types and infrastructure, and helps improve machine learning model performance and production deployment and interpretability. And he also works to deploy a hub of computational sciences with other business stakeholders to advance data science and AI research in the financial industry. Thank you so much for joining us for this DSS break, Chong.
Yes, thanks for having me, and it's really my pleasure to be here to continue our conversation about the intelligent virtual assistants in the fintech space.
Of course, yeah. And before we dive in, I would love, you're involved in so many amazing things. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into this space and kind of your journey, how you got to where you are today?
Yeah, sure, definitely. Actually, a computer science background. I actually developed myself more kind of like a data science oriented full stack engineer. So we do all kinds of the machine learning and doing the pipelines. Actually, I started as a pure data scientist, and then the AI is going so fast, and it's kind of like we have to learn the new skills and to adapt to the new changes. So I just grow myself as more kind of like a lead machine engineer right now. It's kind of lead and design the whole solutions for the business team, more on the AI and the machine learning side. Yeah.
Cool. No, that's it sounds like a big job. And I know that there's a lot of misconceptions about chatbots and other virtual assistants now. Can you explain a little bit more about these tools and what general public might not understand, especially like as virtual assistants become more common in the fintech space? Because I think, a lot of people, again, there's even big, scientists saying that AI is going to be taking over the world and stuff. So maybe you could talk a little bit about, you know, why it's not really doing that.
Yeah, definitely. There are more about a lot of people confused between the chatbots and the virtual assistants. So the thing is, the virtual assistant actually evolved from chatbot to serve as a kind of modern day enterprise customer systems, which can perform more complexity like a task. The chatbot is more like a rule based. It's gonna serve as like a general FAQs, or it's even it's more like a machine learning based chatbot. It's actually just based on the chat. But the virtual assistant is different. Virtual assistant is have some abilities to find out like adapt to the context. Like we're using a lot of the generative AI models. So the whole actually um, the whole focus of the virtual assistant not only focus on the conversational AI using some generative AI models, but actually they have more about the uh, other like they can integrate with different systems like Siri or like Alexa, and also they can be built like a virtual human, which is like you feel like you are talking with a real human, not just like a chatbot or something. It's like that exist. So which is more like I would say on the human computation interface, which like each state it's more human friendly. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes a ton of sense. And where do you kind of see these tools being used in the next 5 years? Do you think like chatbots and the virtual assistants are going to evolve, or we're going to get rid of chatbots altogether and just have virtual assistants? Like, what do you think is going to happen in the space?
For the future about the chatbot or virtual assistants, firstly, I would see they definitely need to be growing the trust in the virtual agents, because sometimes the virtual agent cannot give you the accurate answers or give you the wrong answers. In the
Right.
fintech area, that's cannot be acceptable, even like a for transaction. So we actually need no errors in that. Um, Another is basically we want to do some automation for the virtual assistant tasks, with the AI like growing very fast and other techniques. It's possible some of the virtual assistant could be automated in the future. They can reduce the need for a human, like they can do a whole automation process, like helping like for example using the web application like ChatGPTs, and so they can definitely transfer this to action. Actually, some a lot of companies are doing the like transformer for actions we call ACT. So you can just do a lot of automations based on the virtual assistants. Another very important, I would say, is forward thinking. It's actually understand what customers are trying to see. The virtual assistant not just answer questions, but actually can be more forward thinking the version of the chatbot experience. So they can know what you are trying to see or what you are going to see. That is forward thinking. It's very important. The last one I think is combined with the argument reality or virtual reality, as I already mentioned. So it can help the remote workers feel more connected to their colleagues or their work environment. So it's more like feel like I'm not talking to a machine, but I'm talking to a real human. Yeah,
Right.
that's from my thinking about the future virtual assistant. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Well, it sounds like they're not going to take over just yet, right? So, uh, and maybe you could tell me a little bit about a typical day of work and what it looks like, and what do you think how your role is gonna evolve now that we have a lot more buzz and conversation about generative AI just out there.
Yeah, sure. So my typical work day is actually, I would say pretty simple. So, we're always having like, so basically, according to some of the design of the new concept, and we always have the meeting with business team to talk about the requirements and the new concept from the business team, how
Mhm.
we apply the machine learning, the AI to the business to be more cost effective, to be more like engaging more customers, and to be more customer oriented to in the fintech area. And another thing is trying to managing the team and trying to see um, what kind of like we can do improvement on top of currently like models, machine learning models, how it can be more effectively or more have a high performance, just doing some improvement on our current work, and then trying to do some more research and catch up with the cutting edge techniques, and trying to learn more about new stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much about it.
Cool. No, that sounds like a lot. So, sounds like you're doing a great job. And I also remember your presentation at DSS NYC at SMP that we had in June, and it generated a lot of buzz, even from the community, and you got a lot of like intense questions, which is great. I think that generates conversation and thought and such. And can you tell me a little bit about why you're so excited about virtual assistants and kind of what we're going to see in specifically fintech, right? Like how is this going to change how, we're actually interacting with banks and such?
Yeah, actually, that is long story. When I enter in the financial industry, so I actually experience a lot of the pain point, like long waiting times, unanswered questions, inconsistency information, and etc. So there are a lot of those pain points when you just want to do a quick transaction or want to do a quick FAQs ask about your credit card information. So that's why the AI, the virtual assistants, to enhance the customer experience on the overall digital banking platforms. So we're using those virtual assistants, kind of doing customer engagement, and to remove those legacy process, make those banking more accessible. Um, and then we go into the more process about for the overall about fintech area, mm, I'm thinking about some virtual assist can be more, according to some statistics, it could be more cost effective, and it can be more engaging with the remaining customers, can be more like a streaming about the banking operations, and even can be more improve the overall efficiency. So like a 24/7s, currently they have the real agents. They only 8 9 to 5 or sometimes like that. But if you have some urgent things, the virtual assist can be 24/7. That's kind of make me more want to dive into this area and to help the overall fintechs to grow to the next era of the virtual assistants. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you because I still, if you have smaller banks that you use, like their assistants like don't work. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That you literally cannot, I think it's because of security or whatever reasons, but you can't even use it. And it's so hard to get like even like checks ordered. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So I think what you're doing, it's like, yeah, I mean, it does solve a big problem. So I think it's awesome that you're doing it. And the last question I have for you, what kind of trends are you currently following that are not, Gen AI related or Chat GPT related, that, the community should know about?
Yeah, we actually trying to follow some of the, firstly, it's about the data privacy and the security things in the fintech about generative AI, and how we can set some restrictions and to prevent some of the illegal things happen in the generative AI. So we trying to go through some of our regulations or policies, trying to see if we can be having some restrictions on the chatbot to be performed. And another thing that we're trying to see some of the, because we actually for the transactions, for the monetary things, we can leave no errors, no room for the error. So we actually need to be very precise to avoid these mistakes. So we have second validation tools and to prevent this happen. That's that's just how we this is first part for the top challenges, how we avoid that. Another is the new trend for the AI. I was thinking, Chat GPT is for just for chat, but actually there is actually from Google, they actually have the transformer for actions. So they're building some of the tools actually help you to do actions. It's not just to give you the context, give you the you want to write a code and to deploy in AWS. So actually this transformer for actions can just do it for you, and actually they will deploy in the AWS. You don't need to do anything. They will do it for you. You can just write something in the email. They will write something and send to the people you want. You don't need to write anything. So that's we call it the next generation of the AI. Probably can be turn the conversation to actions. So that's I'm just following that, but I don't expect it we can make this in production because this is also dangerous. If
Right.
you're turning something you don't want to actions, that's gonna cause some like disasters or something you don't want to see. So but definitely this is a new stuff we definitely need to learn, like which is turn this into actions, not just the conversation. Yeah, that's just for my future research or what I need to take a look about AI and the machine learning trend.
Cool. Thank you so much, Chung. It's been really nice to spend time with you today. And thanks so much for sharing your expertise with our community. And yeah, and you can actually learn more about this from Chong's talk. And we're going to share the link to that. It was in June at SNP. And we're going to be hosting another event in New York in the beginning of December. So please keep an eye for information, and it's coming soon. And yeah, and thank you so much for joining us, everybody, and have a wonderful rest of the week and weekend. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.